Welcome to Hall County Connection. I'm your host, Nikki Young. While everyone is gearing up for Black Friday and the holiday shopping season, some criminals are getting ready for their busy time of year as well. Today, Sheriff Steve Cronick and members of the Hall County Sheriff's Office are going to tell us how to prevent theft in our homes and cars. And we'll learn some personal safety tips that you can use all year long. The Sheriff will also be telling us about his Neighborhood Watch program and how you can get involved to make your neighborhood a safer place to live. Joining us in the studio today is Sheriff Steve Cronick and Deputy Stephen Wilbanks, our Crime Prevention Officer at the Hall County Sheriff's Office. Thank you for joining me, gentlemen.
It's great to be here.
How are we doing today?
Doing very well, thank you.
All right, well, tell me a little bit about what's going on at the Sheriff's Office right now.
Well, I'll tell you, we're looking toward the holiday season coming up, Nikki, and we've seen, of course, over the last year or so in this country, the economy has gone south. Unemployment rates are nearly at record levels, and associated with that, we, like everywhere else in the country, are seeing an increase in the number of thefts and burglary-related crimes. And what we're wanting to do is kind of get some information out to the public about some things that they can do, some of the programs that we have that can help keep you from being an attractive target for would-be thieves.
Sounds good. That's why we have our Crime Prevention Officer, Stephen Wilbanks. Tell us a little bit about crime prevention. What do we need to remember first around the holidays?
Well, first and foremost is just being diligent, being aware of your surroundings when you're out shopping. There are a few tips to follow. Mostly is to always maintain that awareness. When you're shopping, you walk out to your car, take a look around, take note of anyone that doesn't just look right. If you're leaving a store as you walk through the parking lot and you spot something that doesn't look right or you don't have a good feeling about that situation, then act on the side of caution. Go back in the store, ask a security guard or a store employee to escort you back out to your vehicle, take another route or another alternate.
And really, you shouldn't feel bad about doing those things because crime does rise around the holidays, right?
It does. It certainly does. Yeah, we always see historically, we'll see a little bit of a spike during the holiday season. A lot of the targets are things like jewelry, Christmas packages, and things like that. And so, given, I say, the situation that we're in economically and everything that's going on in this country and this community, is that with the Christmas season and holidays coming on, it's a good idea to really ratchet up your awareness of those type of issues and those type of crimes and do everything that you can to make sure that you don't become a victim and ruin your holidays through that too.
Okay. What about, are there things that you can do in your home to prevent break-ins? And is that a real problem around the holidays, or is it mostly folks going out to the shopping malls getting robbed?
We do have some tips for people to better secure their homes around the holidays. Burglary is a big concern for a lot of people. One thing that we do is home security surveys where we come out and we look at locks on windows, doors. We look at lighting, landscaping, things of that nature. In talking about locks, door locks in particular, we like to make sure that people have deadbolts on all their doors that throw at least 1.5 inches into the door jamb, 3-inch screws in the striker plates, things like that to make sure that it's a very secure locking mechanism.
So that's a service that the Sheriff's Office performs?
It is. We do home security surveys at no cost to citizens. They can simply contact our office and we'll make those arrangements.
Okay, that sounds good. And what about lighting around landscaping? Are those good ideas? Is that important?
Well, it's always important to, again, you're making your home a less attractive target to would-be thieves, and a determined thief is going to attempt to steal things. But if you do things like keeping shrubs and things that might block areas of entrance like windows and doors, that's always a good step to take, proper lighting. And we've always been big advocates of alarm systems. If you can afford an alarm system, there's no better deterrent to theft than having a monitored alarm system so that if someone does attempt, we can make a fast response and normally have an opportunity to catch those thieves before they can get away. So things like that, a lot of crime prevention things are just common sense. I can always say that if you have a feeling, you know, if you say, well, I felt that person there just wasn't something right about that, go with that feeling. Sometimes that's your experience telling you that, and like I said, there's no shame in walking. Say if you're walking from the mall out to your car and you see something that concerns you, walk back in. If you need to get a security guard to walk with you to feel safe, you need to take every precaution you can. And like I said, don't underestimate those feelings that you have that give you anxiety that may be telling you that you need to do something in addition to what you're already doing.
Right. People need to learn to trust their instincts.
Absolutely.
They're there for a reason.
Absolutely.
What about entering auto?
Entering an auto is actually probably our most committed crime here in Hall County. It's also probably our most preventable crime. In most of the cases, at least the overwhelming majority of them, the vehicle was unlocked. You had a
People
valuable...
leave their cars unlocked.
Nikki,
I didn't know
that's
anybody
good.
did that these days.
Well, I think there's, and you should be able to be safe in your own driveway, but unfortunately,
You'd like
a
to
lot
think
of
so.
a lot of these crimes are crimes of opportunity. You may have young people wandering around the neighborhood, just looking for what's there, and if they see a vehicle that's unlocked, they see a laptop computer or a cell phone, they're in plain view, then they may take that opportunity. And so it's one of those things that is the most committed and most prevented. We'd say if you lock your vehicle, if you have valuables, whether you're at home, whether you're at the mall, or whether you're at work, always lock that vehicle. Always put those valuables in the trunk so they're out of sight, and take away that temptation, that easy opportunity, because, like I say, most of those are committed as a opportunistic crime.
So would you say that it's more important than learning like defense skills is to learn not to give criminals the opportunity to victimize you?
It's always that's the case, is that through using what you can learn, of course, and that's why we do these programs. And Stephen does a great job of crime prevention and neighborhood watch programs and things that we put together that can help you be a less attractive target, because there will always be those that look to take advantage of individuals or situations. And if you do the things like have your home surveyed, and we do everything we can to make sure that it's not an attractive target for thieves, if you do everything personally that you can do to keep yourself from being a victim of a crime, and then at the end of the day, is that if you find yourself a victim, there is nothing that you own that can't be replaced. Never turn a property crime into a violent crime, and follow some of those simple rules. And again, we're here to serve those programs. We're glad to take advantage of those, give you the opportunity to do those anywhere. We encourage things like the Neighborhood Watch program, and Stephen's going to talk a great deal about that, which is one of our best tools that we have right now for preventing crime.
Would you recommend that people carry things like pepper spray?
Well, we've always, I think, encouraged, through my years, I've worked, of course, in different, before the Good Citizens gave me this job here, I worked in corporate security for a period of time, and we did a lot of self-protection classes and things like that. And we always encourage things like, first and foremost, doing the things that avoid those situations that would put you in a position to be the victim of a crime. If you find yourself there, things like pepper spray can be effective, but only if you're trained with them and provided with some guidelines on how to use them, when to use them, and things like that. And again, we can provide those classes also.